AI copywriting is probably the single craziest business model right now. It has literally never been easier to get to $10,000 to $20,000 a month while only working a couple hours a week, but I want to show you how in this video. Right now I have 7 AI copywriting clients and I'm at $40,000 plus per month, even though I only started in January. I have 2 major deals in the pipeline right now, and by the time this video comes out, I should be at $60,000 for the month. I work about 90 minutes on a normal day, 2.5 hours on a busy day, and my only employee is my $20 a month ChatGPT subscription. If you are a beginner and you want to get started with this business model in the next couple weeks or so, stick around to the end of this video. We are going to go through how you're going to find endless leads that you can pitch to, how you can start conversations with dozens of leads a day, and how you can sign them on a retainer deal for $3,000 to $5,000 a month. By the way, we're going to try and outsource as much of this as possible to AI, so it's going to feel relatively effortless. If you're new to AI copywriting, all of my content right now is surrounding that, so click like on this video so you can come back to it if you need it, and click subscribe so you can see the next video that I come out with, because it's going to be even better than this one. All right, let's get into it. First, you need to understand that the possibilities are endless for the type of work that you can do as a copywriter. Email copywriting, ad copywriting, script writing, sales pages, and blog writing can all earn you a $3,000 a month retainer. And all of these things can be done in about 30 to 90 minutes a week per client. I keep saying 90 minutes a week. That's the high end. When you get good, it gets cut into quarters. Now, let me say, you don't necessarily need to lock down a niche. A lot of people think you need a niche. You technically don't. You can do just one of these offers, or you can do all of these offers. When I first started copywriting, I was so desperate to find my first gig that I was working with everybody, like e-com brands, info products, mortgage brokers. I was doing stuff on Upwork where I had to write product descriptions for a website that was selling paintings, like hyper-realistic paintings of dinosaurs. What niche is that? It is not a niche. You can work with whoever you want. So you don't need to pigeonhole yourself into one industry or just one skill. It's not necessary. But just for the sake of this video, let's zone in on one niche and one skill: email copywriting for info products. The reason I love this one so much is because that's where most of my clients are right now. They're extremely fun to work with, and I'll tell you more about it in a second. An info product is a business that sells coaching or courses or PDFs or anything digital. That doesn't have to mean some 19-year-old kid in Dubai selling a dropshipping course. It can be an old lady who has a cooking course, or it can be a dad with an online fitness program. In fact, some of the most popular info products are the ones that don't actually teach you how to make money at all, because I know it has a stigma. You think that every course that's selling you on how to make money is a scam, which, first of all, don't think that. There is an info product right now doing $450,000 a month that teaches young dads how to be dads for the first time. They are ripping. You could do something like that. An info product is one of the best clients that you can have for a couple of reasons. They're lean, which means they only have maybe 1 to 5 people working on it most of the time. So you're not going to deal with like a bunch of bureaucracy. It's just a handful of people that are just like all trying to distribute this program. It's really fun, really low pressure. They're also crazy profitable because a lot of times they don't rely on shipping products globally where like that eats into most of your margin. And a lot of times these people don't even have to run ads. So it's literally a dude or a girl with a camera talking about a product, and then you buy it off Instagram or TikTok, which means like your profit margin on that is 80%, which means there's lots of room for you. And third, and most importantly, most people don't know how to do it right. So that old lady who sells a cooking course, do you think that she has any idea how marketing works? Maybe a little bit, but she probably knows how to hold a camera and how to post on Instagram, and she knows how to cook. That's about it. You, as an AI-powered marketer, AI copywriter, can come in and change that old lady's life. You will have an adopted grandmother, and she will pay you in like cookies. These people almost always need help, and one of the best ways that you can help them out is by doing email marketing, so you can retarget the people who have already shown interest in their product and sell them on it finally. So why emails? Why are we sending emails? These leads are ready to buy something, which means they've opted in at some point and they are interested and they want something from this person. They just don't know what yet. It's also a skill that most people don't really have. Like, not many people are really doing email marketing these days. Again, a lot of these info product creators think that all they have to do is just post an Instagram story and say there's 3 spots left, and all of a sudden like they're going to make a bunch of money, which is true, but you can also do other stuff too. So people aren't prioritizing email marketing. They don't think it's important. They don't realize that they can make literally a third of their revenue from this one channel. And number 3, it's high leverage and relatively low effort, which means for you to make a bunch of money with email marketing, it's going to be maybe 20 minutes of work for you in total. This is an immediate value add, and this is something that almost every single business needs. So this is just an example of the type of business you can go for. You can pitch anyone. I don't want to tell you to only pitch these people, but I'm just giving you an example for the sake of this video. But now that we know who we're targeting and what we're going to target them with, we want to find leads. Now, this next part of the process is something that we were formerly not able to do without the help of AI. I recommend that as a beginner, starting from scratch, you need to be firing off as many cold DMs on Instagram as you possibly can, as many as your fingers will allow. So many people claim that Instagram outreach doesn't work because their volume is basically nothing. They're sending 5, 10 a day and they think that this is like a hard day's work. 50 a day at a minimum is what you should be aiming for. This is how you can start a healthy amount of conversations with business owners that might close and pay you money. If you send 50 a day for 2 weeks and you follow up with everybody 2 to 3 days after they haven't responded, there's no way that you don't land a paying client in less than 30 days. Like, you must have done something ridiculously wrong. It is statistically improbable that you would not get a paying client after that much outreach. Now, the way you're going to find 50 people a day is very simple. I need you to go on Instagram and I want you to type in any niche that you're interested in. And again, this doesn't have to be what you stick to forever, but it's just going to help you find that first batch of leads. And all you want to do is just go into the search bar and type in keywords. So like whatever you're interested in. It could be fitness coaching. It could be cooking like we were talking about before. It could be parenting. It could be make money stuff. So maybe you want to work with people who are selling real estate mentorships, or specifically more Airbnb, or specifically Section 8, or drop shipping, or agency, or there's so many. Just use your imagination. Each one of those keywords that I just gave you will yield thousands of results on your Instagram page. Like, you can scroll forever. There's going to be endless people selling some sort of course. And then when you're scrolling through, I want you to start copying the profile links of everyone who looks like they have an info product and they have a link in their bio. So if they have a link in their bio and their Instagram profile says something like DM me this word for something like that, and that means they have something to sell. These are all potential leads, but make sure you're copying the profile link. So copy the profile link with the 3 dots up top and then paste it in a Google Doc. It should take 20 minutes to find 50 of these people. So this is why you should be doing more if you have time. And once you have a long list of Instagram profile links of people that you think you might want to work with, here's a trick to get AI to do a ton of heavy lifting for you. So let me tell you a secret. When you're prospecting, one thing you should always be doing is personalizing the message that you send to each person you reach out to. You do not want to copy and paste the exact same message to everyone. First of all, people aren't going to respond because they're going to know it's automated. And 2, that's how you get restricted on Instagram for spam. But for you to go through and personalize every single message to all of these people that you just found, that's probably going to take some time. You'd have to dig through a lot of information to find what's notable about these people for 50 plus Instagram profiles. But luckily, ChatGPT is going to do that for you happily. And if you use this prompt, you're going to get personalized scripts for every single lead that you just found. By the way, before I tell you, I got roasted in my last video because people thought my prompt was a little basic. Of course it was basic. I'm trying to speed up the video for you. But since we had some complainers in the comments, I'm going to give you the full thing. All right, I'm going to read it out loud. I want to send a personalized cold DM pitch to each of these people to offer email copywriting services for their coaching program. For each of the leads that I'm pasting below, write me a personalized script that I can use that will include a compliment on something they've accomplished or are accomplishing, will briefly explain the use case of email marketing for their coaching business, and entice them to reply for more information. When crafting personalized scripts, utilize information that you can find from their Instagram posts, but cross-reference it with other information that you can find from other social media platforms like Twitter or YouTube. Be 100% positive that the information you're gathering is of that exact same person, and you don't confuse people with the same name. Make these scripts sound friendly but still authoritative, and make them sound as human as possible. That's the prompt, and that's the magic. ChatGPT is then going to spit out all the scripts that you're going to use for these prospects, but do not use them verbatim. Do not use them word for word, because no matter how nicely you ask ChatGPT to make it sound human, it's still going to sound like ChatGPT. They're always going to need a personal touch, which is why I say AI does 90% of the work for you as an AI copywriter instead of 100%. Because if you weren't here editing stuff, you wouldn't be making any money. Business owners would be able to do this without you. But this is one of your vital roles as an AI copywriter, is just to look at it, see if it looks human, and if it doesn't, change it. For some of the scripts that you get, you might be able to use all of it. For others, you might have to change everything. No matter what, this took your daily workload of 50 cold DMs from 4 hours to 40 minutes. So you can either stop there or double it to 100 cold DMs a day. And then you are literally days away from signing that first client. Obviously, not every single person is going to respond to your first message, because that's just not how the world works. So you're going to have to follow up. Sometimes business owners miss your first message and you actually have to follow up just so they can see it. And sometimes they're testing you and they literally won't respond until you send at least 3 outreaches to them. No matter what, you do not want to send just bumping this as a follow-up. Here are the different ways that you can follow up with a message that was not replied to. The first one can be a clarifier. Sometimes they don't even really know what email marketing is, and they're so confused that they're just going to ignore the message. You can say something like, hey, just in case you didn't know, like email marketing is one of the things that drives the most revenue for businesses like this, and most people just ignore it. You can say like any real good business will actually rely on email for like 30% of their revenue. So you're missing out on quite a bit if you're not utilizing this right now. The second one can be about their competition. So if you're subscribed to a bunch of email lists, which you should be just for the love of the game, then you can say something like, yo, what up, John? I see that you're in the same industry as this guy, Max. Max is ripping with emails right now. I don't know if you're sending any. I know you're doing well right now, but I think that having emails like this written by me would do really well for you. We should talk. The third one can be like more scarcity focused. You can say something like, yo, John, this might sound like fake scarcity, but I really don't have that much time to take on more clients, but I'm literally waiting for you. I'm low key hoping that you respond because I really want to work with you. I love your brand and I want to save this spot for you. The only thing I hate more than a no is silence. So if it's a no, I respect it and maybe I'll come back in a few months. But if you're thinking about it, then I'd love to help you come make a decision. They don't need to know that you don't have any clients. It is fake scarcity, but it's okay. You can just play the game. And at some point, somebody is going to respond. This is when you get them on a call. You want to meet them on Zoom so that you can look at them in the face and you can talk about their business and you can talk about how they're going to pay you. I don't have a call recording to show you right now, but this is what the call should sound like. It's going to open with like rapport or banter. So if I hop on the call with John, I'm going to tell John something about his background. Maybe he's got a nice plant back there. John's going to ask me where I'm at. I'm going to say I'm in Miami, talk about family, talk about social media, talk about sports, talk about whatever. Then we're going to talk about their business. So I'm going to be like, yo, John, like you're posting a lot. Like how much time do you put into like posting on social media? John will be like, oh, I don't know. I probably, work like 3-4 hours a day just on like the posts I put out. You ask questions about how it's been, how they've enjoyed running it, stuff. They just want to talk about their business. And you want to learn more about it so you have more ammunition to like sell them something. And then you're going to talk about what you can do for them. So John's probably going to go through all of this and he's going to say, yo, I haven't actually done any email stuff, but I have a bunch of emails. Like I have people that are coming through the funnel, but I'm not emailing them because it doesn't seem worth it. And you're going to talk about how email marketing is always worth it and you should absolutely be investing in it if you want to have a business long term. You're going to talk about how writing like 3 to 5 emails a week is going to keep this person top of mind with their audience. It's going to make them more inspired to buy stuff. It's going to give them more reasons to buy. And there is absolutely no way that they will make less money by doing email marketing. And at that point, you decide on a price where I would say you could probably get away with $3,000 to $5,000 a month just for that. And then you close them where they agree. And then you send an invoice with Stripe and then you send it off to them. They pay with their credit card and then you start the work. And if it sounds like I'm oversimplifying this, I want to tell you something. Everybody who hasn't done a thing yet always thinks of it as this gargantuan task. Like when I hadn't signed any clients for copywriting, I looked up the mountain and I was like, this is going to take me forever. I thought it was going to take me like 6 months just to sign my first client. I thought it was going to be grueling. I thought it was going to take forever to hit 10K a month until I hit 10K a month. And I realized that it actually wasn't that difficult. But you only know that in hindsight. It's only because I've been through it that I can look back and realize that it actually wasn't as much work as I thought it was going to be. My expectations were here and I actually hit what I wanted to hit around here. Let me tell you this right now. If you are a smart, native English speaking person who has social awareness and a little bit of tact and a tiny little bit of personality, then you are going to be closing clients left and right. Like between you and AI, and if you're using it properly, like you're going to be completely fine. If you are that type of person, I have something a little bit more for you. Right now, I have a relatively small coaching program for everybody who's trying to make money with AI copywriting. This is not me teaching you a skill that I learned back in 2018 and now I'm selling a course on it. This is something I am doing today live. I'm still closing clients as we speak, and I am working with a bunch of students who also want to do the same thing. Me and a couple of other coaches are giving you lessons live on how this works, how you can sign clients, how you can get the most out of this. And if you're interested in AI copywriting and you want to jump on this opportunity, then there's nobody else on the internet that you should be listening to. There are people who are really good at like AI copywriting, like the actual thing, but they're terrible at building a business around it. I went from $9,000 in January to $40,000 in March. It's now May as I'm filming this and I'm about to hit 60. And I have rev share deals now, which means I'm probably on track to be at $100,000 a month by like July. I'm in this with you. And if you want to be in it with me, if you want to be in the trenches and you want coaching from me and the other coaches who are also doing this, check the link out in the bio. It's called The Inner Circle. It does have a price tag, but it is by far one of the best investments you can make if you're actually trying to use AI to make money this year in 2025. If you enjoyed this video, I have plenty more coming that I think you're going to love. So like this video so you can watch it again if you want to, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.